friends, I welcome you to Isaac Mathematics Clinic. This afternoon we shall be solving the question on the board. Now, in order to solve this question, we are going to make use of the principle of moment. So before we start this, I want to quickly state the principle of moment. Principle of moment in physics states that the total sum of the clockwise moment is equal to the total sum of anti-clockwise moments. And what do we call moment? Moment simply means the turning effect of a force about a particular point. So, having those points in mind, the mass of this meter rule here is 100 grams. And this meter rule is a uniform meter rule. What does it mean? It means the weight of this meter rule acts exactly at the center. Now, the center of 100 centimeter is 50 centimeter. So that means the distance from this zero to where this weight is 50 centimeters. Take note of that. So if this is 50 centimeter and the balance point of this meter rule is 45 centimeters. So from 0 to this pivot is 45 centimeters. Then the distance here will definitely be 50 minus 45, and that is equal to 5 centimeters. So now let's get it started. So you want to find the sum of all the clockwise moments. If we take moment about this pivot, that means we want all other forces to turn towards this pivot. This weight will turn towards this pivot in a clockwise direction. Then the 50 grams will turn towards this pivot in a clockwise direction. Then these 20 grams will turn towards this pivot in an anti-clockwise direction. And likewise, these 30 grams will turn towards the pivot in an anti-clockwise direction. So now I want to start with the clockwise moments. Clockwise moments. Don't forget, mathematically, moment is equal to the product of force and the perpendicular distance moved. Now let's start with this weight here. The weight here, we don't know we know the value to be 100 grams. So 100 grams times the distance of this weight to the pivot, because it is turning towards this pivot, and that distance is just 5. So 100 times 5, then plus another clockwise moment is that of this force, 50 grams. So that is going to be 50 times the distance moved to this pivot here. So the distance from here to here is x. Then from this line to this pivot is 5 centimeters. So the distance of this force to the pivot is x plus 5 centimeters. So from here to the pivot is x plus 5. So now we want to add all the clockwise moments. 100 times 5, that is 500. Then plus 50 times x, that is 50x. Plus 50 times 5, that is 250. Then the sum of these clockwise moments now is 500 plus 250, that is 750, plus 50x. Then Newton meter, because moment is force times distance. Force is in Newton, distance is in meter. Now the next step is to find the sum of the anti-clockwise moments. Anti-clockwise moments. Now for the anti-clockwise moments, we have these 20 grams and these 30 grams. They are turning towards this pivot in an anti-clockwise direction. And that is equal to, for 20, that's force times distance, 20 times the distance from this 10 centimeter mark to the pivot is going to be 45 minus 10, because the distance from 0 to pivot here is 45. Then the distance from 0 to here is 10. So to get the distance from this 10 to the pivot, we are going to subtract this 10 from 45. So 45 minus 10, that is 35. So 20 times 35 plus, then for 30 grams first, and that is going to be 30 times the distance from 30 to this pivot has been given to be y. So 30 times y. Then this is equal to 20 times 35, 700 plus 30y. This is the sum of the anticlockwise moments. Now you want to apply that principle of moment that states that the total sum of clockwise moments is equal to the total sum of anticlockwise moments. So therefore, 750 plus 50x is the same thing as 700 plus 30y. But this is what you are asked to show. You want to show that y is equal to 5/3 bracket 1 plus x. So that means you are going to make y the subject of the formula of this equation. So now I want to bring 700 to this y so that we will be left with just 30y. Now if I do that, I will have 750 plus 50x minus 700, and that is equal to 30y. 750 plus 50x minus 700 is 30y. Now 750 minus 700, that is 50. Then plus 50x, then that is equal to 30y. Then the next step, in order to reduce this number, you can just decide to divide through by 10. Divide through by 10. 50 divided by 10, that will give me 5. 50x divided by 10, that will give me 5x. 30y divided by 10, that will give me 3y. Then the next step is to say divide both sides by this 3. And we now have y is equal to 5 plus 5x divided by 3. And y is equal to, 5 is a common factor here. I want to factorize, and this becomes 5 bracket 1 plus 5x divided by 5x all over 3. Therefore, y is equal to 5 all over 3 open bracket y plus 1 plus x. And that is what we are asked to prove. Please don't forget to subscribe to my Facebook channel, Isaac Mathematics Clinic. Thanks very much for your time. Bye bye.